Hey, cool dude, can I play too?
It's only a one-player game.
Then how come it says second player score?
You're listening to the Second Player Speaks podcast with Nerdpunk's Second Player Score.
Hey yo, so this is the Second Player Speaks podcast, our new episode. I'm Brian, and we have Kyle and Dan, the guys in the band Second Player Score. And for this week's episode, we're going to, normally our format is we talk about our three favorite subjects, which is rock music, pop culture, and craft beer. This week we have something a little different, or maybe it won't be different. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. We're going to talk about pizza, which is a favorite subject in and of itself. And pizza, I think, to me, so Kyle suggested this to me last week where he said, hey, let's talk about pizza. I was like, okay, yeah, because I think that's cool because it kind of does apply, at least tangentially, to all three subjects. There's this connection between pizza and pop punk, which we're going to talk about. And, pizza is food, which is kind of pop culture-y. And, pizza goes with beer, so that, I think it connects to all three things. So we're going to talk about that. If we run out of things to say about pizza, which I highly doubt, then we'll maybe just go into something else. But I think this just might be 30 minutes of just pizza talk. So, we're going to talk about pizza. So here we go. Who has something to say about pizza?
Dude, I loved pizza ever since the Ninja Turtles. That's what turned me on to pizza.
Really?
As a kid, that was what I was for Halloween every year. Some Ninja Turtle something.
Uh-huh.
So out of there, what do they eat? Pizza.
Right.
Religiously. They put marshmallows on it. They put everything on it.
Right.
Oh yeah, I want that. Daddy, give me a pizza.
So that's what turned you on to pizza. Oh, interesting.
That's what turned me on to it. And then I found out everyone loved it.
I did not know this before now, so we learn new things all the time. So.
I was introduced to pizza even earlier on in life. I can barely remember the first time, but I know I think I was probably about 3 or 4, and there was a place where we were living called Pizza and Pipes. And it was a chain. It was still kind of a mom and pop place, but there were several of them,
mm-hmm.
and they had a pipe organ in each of the locations.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And they would have an organist playing to music, or music to movies, on the screens. They would have movie screens, at that place with movies playing. Sometimes it was, maybe Three Stooges.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when I was a little bit older, Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
They would play the Star Wars theme to
cool.
Star Wars
Nice.
and stuff. And so as a kid, there was just no better place to go than Pizza and Pipes.
Mm-hmm.
It was entertaining, and they had good pizza. And so I think I was probably 3 or 4 when I was introduced to that place. And I was hooked. There was never a bad time for pizza.
Cool. I think my earliest pizza memory was a place called Maroni's, which, if anybody here is listening, are from Wahiawa, Hawaii, that was the kind of the place to go.
808.
So I guess we did a pizza origin story there. Okay, so pizza and pop punk. Apparently this is the thing. I did not know this until recently. I've actually once I found out about it, I actually wrote a blog post about it. Because I didn't know that it was a thing. Some people say it's not a thing. That it's just this manufactured thing. But I don't know. Apparently, there's enough connection that it provokes discussion, at least. So
yeah, I did some looking up this week on that, and most of the I guess pop punk pizza correlation. All the denial of that is kind of early. All the references I saw about that were from several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's kind of solidified itself.
Cool.
And it seems like, okay, so what it looks like happened was that it wasn't like all of a sudden, there was this epiphany like pizza and pop punk. But what it was that marketing campaigns, like Pizza Hut especially. Pizza Hut did some marketing campaign with Fall Out Boy. And that was kind of where it all sort of started to come out into the public.
Okay.
And people were seeing it on a mass scale. And at that time, pop punk was a big deal. And pop punk was being used for a lot of marketing campaigns. And so pizza just kind of became part of it. And then, whether purposely or it was just kind of a cool thing to do, a lot of places started just adding pizza visuals basically to like clothing. Like you would have a hat for a pop punk band, and but it would have like a pizza brim on it or something, you know, and so it wasn't ever anything like necessarily intentional, but the two things started getting put together kind of just out of either marketing campaigns or just it looked cool or whatever, but slowly they started to become synonymous with each other, and over time this relationship developed, and that is how pizza basically became pop punk. And why shouldn't it be? I mean, everybody loves it. Who loves pop punk the most? Kids. What do they have? Time. What don't they have? Money. But they always got enough money for pizza. Because it's cheap.
Yeah, so pizza is kind of like the perfect pop or the perfect punk food.
It is, man. It is. It's just so ridiculous. Like, it's one of those things you look back on it now and you're like, oh, of course these things are synonymous with each other.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was not an intentional thing. It wasn't like overnight somebody just like said, hey, pizza's pop punk. It's just something that it seems like slowly the two fabrics of these things started to like, you know, combine into this like correlation with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, and now today it is what it is. And all the pop punk groups and stuff like on Facebook, they're always referencing pizza and the whole deal. I mean, it's just kind of become that thing.
Sure.
So, but yes, there was this denial phase in the beginning.
And I think like when I discovered that, I thought it's so funny because I mean, you know, like we basically play a sound our sound is basically pop punk, and you know, like we are all huge pizza fans. You know, like I mean, I like for me, I think you know I have some favorite pizza places around here, which is like one is a Twilight Pizza, which is down the street from my house.
Oh yeah,
here in Vancouver.
Yeah,
and Flying Pie.
Oh yeah,
you know that's amazing. And but you know, and like of course, Kyle, your wife, and her pizza. That's probably the best.
That's the best pizza I've ever had.
I'm telling you what, like if we just get enough money to put together a restaurant, oh my God, that place would take off.
Yeah, I'll support this podcast so that Kyle's wife can make pizza for everybody.
Even if it's just a food cart, I don't care.
Yeah,
dude, I will line up.
I mean that's our that's kind of our dream. Our goal is like to be able to share that goodness with everybody. So, but I mean there's a lot of cool pizza joints around here, and I always thought we were like all big fans of that. And hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and do you know I'm sure you remember that's kind of how we got our start.
Oh yeah, the pizza parties.
Yeah, like before anyone really knew who we were, we would have people come over to the house for a pizza party, and we would have basically a house show.
Yeah, it was fun. Like we just played all your friends and stuff and loved ones, and it was just a positive environment with great food and just. And then, oh God, the pizza just flowed out of that oven. I mean, my God, the smells coming out of that room was amazing.
And the best part was when, because in the beginning it was actually a pizza competition.
What?
Because remember, okay, so Bobby was there, and then Nathaniel. And remember, they
they
both cooked, and while one was cooking their pizza, the other one was making their pizza, and they were rotating back and forth. And and we would run like a competition to see who was making the better pizza. And so it was like a pizza competition, and we just happened to be the entertainment.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I would love to be just being the judge of there, just eating all the food. It's like, oh no, oh okay, this one's better. This one's great. There's no lose situation there.
And remember, that was also the beginning of the homebrewing.
Yes.
Not the first couple of them. The first couple of them were, we'd just go out and buy beer.
Mhm.
But then I started homebrewing. I remember I actually brewed like 4 cases of beer for one of the pizza parties.
I remember the pile of bottles.
Oh my
I remember
God.
that.
Oh my God. Like, oh yeah, I was cleaning bottles forever. So I mean, as a pop punk band, we sort of got our start with pizza.
This is true.
Yep.
You know?
What else did I
We were talking about, remember when we used to we used to have the pizza parties at the house.
Right, yeah.
And it wasn't because we were there. We were just the entertainment for the pizza party.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like, oh, let's go have this house party with Second Player Score. No, Second Player Score happens to be at this pizza competition between Bobby and Nathaniel.
They're like Spinal Tap, right? Yeah. Puppet Show and Spinal Tap.
Yep. Oh, but that's how it all started. And that's how and we were talking too, that's how the home brewing got started.
Mm-hmm.
And so much got started from the pizza party.
Right. And I'm talking about pizza. I'm hungry, and we actually have pizza here, so we are going to dish this out now.
Yeah, we went to. I stopped by. I got a pepperoni pizza from Garlic Jim's.
Oh, never heard of that place.
Yeah, there used to be one. There is one downtown, and I used to see it every time I'd go to the beer store to
cool.
get
Awesome.
beer supplies.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And
That's amazing.
but they recently added a location over here on the way to Brian's.
Oh, cool.
So figured I'd stop by and check it out because I have heard good things about this place. The other place that seems to be going really big. Oh, now see, this is the right kind of pepperoni. Okay. You see how the pepperoni, the edges curl up?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the choice pepperoni, man. That is the good stuff. Oh my God.
Sweet.
So.
No, this is good.
So I'm sorry. I'm monopolizing the time here because I love talking about pizza.
Hey,
so
it's fine, man.
How about different kinds of pizza?
Different kinds of pizza. Well, like the ones that I like to get from Twilight or anywhere really is like the standard is the kind of the supreme quote unquote where you just have everything. You have pepperoni and sausage and peppers and blah blah blah. But I like all kinds of different stuff. I'm like the one that your wife makes with the garlic chicken.
Oh yeah,
that is oh my god.
Well, of course you like that. You realize she developed that specifically for you.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
She was like, because she knows that I told her one time about how much you like garlic.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, okay. Challenge accepted.
Ah,
yeah.
nice.
So that's why that pizza exists.
Oh my goodness. No wonder I like it so much.
Right.
That's a Brian special, man. Right on.
Okay. This is a hot topic.
Okay.
You're either going to go, oh yeah, or you're going to groan. Okay.
I think I know where this might be going.
And I especially want to get your take on it, being that you guys are from the 808. Pineapple on pizza.
No.
I gotta be in the mood for it, but I don't actively go out looking for it.
Right?
If
It
it's
is
there,
just wrong.
if it's there, cool. I won't buy it, but if someone brought it to me, I'll happily eat it.
I don't know, man.
But,
Yeah.
I've eaten it. I've tried it several times. I just can't make it work.
I don't begrudge people who like it. I mean, that's fine. If you're
Right.
into it, that's cool, but I just cannot do it.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you to not eat it on your pizza, but if you put it on mine, I'm throwing it away. I'm not even going to pick it off. I'm going to throw it away because it's been tainted.
Right.
But
Yeah, pineapple doesn't make it Hawaiian. If you want to make it Hawaiian, put some Spam or something on there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Real Hawaiian. Okay, there's this place in Hawaii called Big Kahuna's.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, that is, oh my god. They have like Kahlua pork and all this kind of stuff. Oh my. Oh, now I'm really hungry. Yeah, Big Kahuna's. I think they're still there. I think they're by the airport. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're still there.
yeah. So if anybody goes to Hawaii, check out Big Kahuna's. But yeah. Oh, in Japan, I haven't tried this, but I've heard the big topping is corn, like corn and mayonnaise,
like a can of corn, kind of corn.
like corn kernels. Yeah, like kernels of corn and
Really?
mayonnaise. Yeah,
Get
which is
out.
yeah, that's a popular topping for pizza in Japan. So I
Okay.
don't know. I mean,
How does that?
What?
Wow.
Okay. So what's your favorite pizza? Like if you could only order one pizza and you wanted it to be the best, like for you, what would that be?
the garlic chicken.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. And what is the topping that you like that you would consider the weirdest for pizza?
Ooh. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think.
You don't have any like real wild
No.
selections?
I mean, no. I mean, I've had like anchovies, and that's fine. I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's okay. And
Anchovies works. I think that's a very polarizing topping.
Sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
know.
it's fine for me,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Let's see, I would
Favorite
go
pizza?
with favorite pizza. I like everything on it. So if it's like a flying pie, like,
Like
combo
The
one,
supreme or
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, they put so much toppings on there. They have to flip it over to drain the grease.
yeah,
And, like-
you know,
yeah.
that's what we had the one time we all went together, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my god.
When we did that radio show with Anarchy.
Anarchy Radio? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know what it reminded me of was you guys remember Godfathers?
Godfather's Pizza. Yeah.
Like the deep dish, the supreme deep dish? That's
Mhm.
what that reminded me of.
Yeah, it was like a meatloaf on your pizza. It was so many things.
Yeah, like you would take that and just leave it in the fridge. You get up the next morning and you'd eat one slice of that, and that was breakfast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right on. What's the weirdest topping that you would select to have on your not the weirdest you've eaten, because you could have eaten something you freaking can't stand.
Yeah.
But by selection, what's the
Hmm.
weirdest topping?
Portuguese sausage, like linguiça. I mean,
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's considered weird.
That's
but
also on the
yeah, it's
this-
on the flying pie one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on that, and it's also on the Big Kahuna's, like they call it the sumo special.
Yeah, I think that's where all the grease comes from.
Yeah. Oh,
Has that particular like red stain to everything, you know.
I'm so glad that I'm eating while we're talking about this, because it's like,
I feel like I know. Can you throw another slice on here?
I can probably do that.
Oh God, Garlic Jim's is really good. By the way, if you are if you're listening in from Vancouver, go to Garlic Jim's. Holy crap, this is good. Anyway, favorite pizza for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm good. Like I'm. I guess I don't want to sound like a freaking hipster or anything, but like I am a pizza purist in the fact that I like them really simple.
Okay.
I've tried all the crazy stuff and everything, and it's all good. But for me, like really, just a pepperoni pizza, and I'm good. I think I like that because it sets the bar, so I can tell like from one place to another how good their pizza really is.
Okay.
Right?
It's
That
a
makes sense,
standard.
yeah.
So I do like that, but since Bobby started doing the pizza parties, I have added an addendum. I love a pepperoni pizza with Kalamata and green olives. Oh my God. Like, it, and I think it makes sense because I used to, from time to time, I would get a side of anchovies. Because, of course, nobody else I know likes anchovies. So I would just get them on the side and I would just place it on the pizza as I was eating it.
Sure.
but I love that real, like, just over saltiness. And if you add enough olives, you get that same thing, but it's even better. Oh my God. Like, just pepperoni and just covered in Kalamata and green olives. Oh my God.
Yeah, that does sound good.
I will eat until I'm ready to just bust. I'm like, seriously, I just can't even stop. It is so good. And for me, like, weird topping, I would say anchovies, definitely.
Yeah.
That is yeah, I mean, I know that's kind of a typical weird topping for pizza. But, I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, have you looked at them? That is some weird shit. Who fucking thought of that in the first place? Right? But it's good. I mean, I like it. But, yeah, I have to be in the mood for those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like it's not like every time I go have a pizza, someone's like, you want a side of anchovies with that? Probably not today, sir. You know, I have to be in the right mood.
Yeah,
But yeah, and dude, Dan, you may have started something.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have to try a Spam pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah.
Dude,
Let's do this.
We are going to have to try a Spam pizza. Dude, for real. For real.
Right.
We are going to do a Spam pizza, people, and we will report back. So, not today. But, I mean, we are in the future, we are going to make a Spam pizza, and we're going to report back to you on it.
Nice.
Dude, that is awesome.
Gotta make
I
that
never even
happen.
thought about that. Ugh, that is amazing.
All right. Well, are we talking? Is it time to talk about beer yet, or?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Segue in.
We've eaten, and
Yes.
the beer that we have is a chocolate porter, so it sounds to me like that's dessert.
Ooh. Okay. Well, hang on. You guys riff on something while I go get that.
Well, I'm going to be riffing on the fact that I need to finish this beer, so I have room for the dessert beer.
Oh, good.
So, I kind of like this beer thing because I usually just drink whatever it is that I'm making at the time.
Yeah.
But there's so many different beers out there, and I just never get the chance to try, so I kind of like the fact that we're trying all these different beers now.
All right. So what we have here is the FivePine Chocolate Porter from Three Creeks.
Oh, right on.
Right?
Yep.
I mean,
You are correct, sir.
where'd you pick this up from?
Winco.
Okay.
Winco has a pretty good beer selection.
All right, and looks like it's 6.2, so a little on the strong side, but yeah, no, it's good.
Wow, for a porter? Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we shall see what this is about.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, they I know that I was gonna get the Elysian Night Owl, but we just did Elysian, so. But sometime in the month of October, we're gonna have to do Elysian Night Owl because that's their pumpkin beer.
Oh, cool.
And
Thank you, sir.
just for the record, it's not a pumpkin. Well, okay. I guess I can't really say. So we're going to report back on a later date. I was going to say it's not a pumpkin spice beer, but it might actually be. I actually don't know much about it at this point, so we're going to find out. I would just like to say, for the record, me personally, I don't consider a pumpkin spice beer a pumpkin beer. I think that's the easy way out.
What is the difference?
So when I make pumpkin beer, I actually mash in real pumpkin.
Oh.
When we do the mash with all the grains and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
I actually add in like a crap ton of pumpkin. That's where I don't know if you remember. It's been a while since I've made it because I just got everybody overdid the pumpkin thing so much. I just got sick of it.
Sure.
So I'm not going to make it anymore. But I don't know if you remember, like it was a stout, so it was really dark, but the head was orange. Like I added so much pumpkin into it that it was orange,
Right.
and it
right.
literally
Right.
tasted like pumpkin.
Right. Yeah.
With other beer flavors. So it really was a pumpkin beer. It wasn't just like, hey, I'm gonna take this fucking pumpkin spice and throw it in the boil, and ooh, it's gonna taste great.
Sure.
I think that is just so like I don't know. It's just half-assed.
Yeah.
So like actually, put some pumpkin in there. I know that. Although I'm not a big fan of rogue beer, just I think and I think it's the yeast that they use. I just it makes a flavor for me that I don't like. But I have like mad respect for that place. Like I've been on the Rogue tour, and I love everything about that operation. I love how they do everything, and they're same way, man. They like go and they have like. If I remember correctly, they have like a pumpkin smashing party or something like that. And they just smash the crap out all these pumpkins and
then put that into the
yeah. And so I found this out, later on. I mean, I was already making pumpkin beer, but when I found out that they were doing it that way too, I'm like, okay, yes, this. Right here, I felt justified.
Right on.
I'm like, okay, great.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not about the pumpkin spice thing. But yeah, I mean, I feel like pumpkin is like a real fucking ingredient to put in your beer. Because do you know that when the Mayflower came over, they did not have like grains and stuff, traditional stuff to make beer. So they were actually making beer out of like turnips and pumpkins,
whatever they could find.
Yeah, like anything that they could derive some sugars out of. So they were actually making like beer out of like squash and pumpkins, turnips, whatever. Yeah.
Continuing with our educational podcast theme here.
Wow, things that
For
get
real.
you drunk.
Yeah.
Who knew?
All right, so let's try this. Let's try this.
So I had too much beer early this morning. That's a story in itself. So I'm a little chatty today.
Oh,
It's all good. Oh, that's good.
smooth. Oh my god.
Oh,
This is
wow.
6%.
Holy cow! This is a very dangerous 6%. That's really good. I think they're okay. As a beer in general, this is just good. I think they could have gone a little heavier on the chocolate, but I am not disappointed at all.
Oh, this is great.
I am not. Oh my god, this is really good.
Yeah, this
What's
is a dessert beer.
Three
Yeah.
Creeks Brewing?
Yeah.
Does it say where they're out of?
Three Creeks Brewing.
I
Hold on.
recognize the name from
Sisters, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
They're local. Okay.
Yeah, I recognize the name from they're at the Vancouver Brewfest, I think.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very good.
Wow.
Sponsor
really
us.
good beer. Dude, nice. So, obviously we recommend Three Creek Brewing. So we got this at Winco. Another great place that has a lot of selection is Safeway.
Oh, Safeway.
So
really?
if you're trying to figure out where to find some good craft beer, go to Safeway. They've got a great, not only selection like in like the 6-packs and the 12-packs, but what I like is the like the big bottles.
Oh yeah.
They have a massive selection in the big bottles. So I always like to go there when I'm trying to find something new.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
even like I said, Winco is good. The only thing with Winco is they don't have as wide of a variety of selection on brands.
Oh, okay.
It's a lesser selection of brands, but they have more flavors from those brands.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right? But
Huh.
yeah, so I was really happy to get this one. And
Yeah,
it
it's a
is
good find.
so freaking good.
It is good. And so wow, I mean, that half an hour went by really fast. Just talking about pizza, I think we're going to have like, pizza podcast part 2 and 3, and we'll make the whole series out of that almost. But yeah, for now, that was our pizza podcast. That was our latest episode. So anyway, thanks for listening in. If you've hung on this far. I hope you have. But we're Second Player Score. This is Second Player Speaks. Check us out. We're on Facebook, ReverbNation, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Oh, and I just found out that the podcast is not only on Spotify and Google Podcasts, but we just got approved for Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
We're on like 6 different things.
Yeah,
now,
yeah. So anywhere you want to find podcasts, we are now there.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Second Player Speaks podcast with Second Player Score.